Welcome back, Dr. Teague here, collaborating with KiKi. So I think this is episode 10. So really again, thanks to you guys for joining us with this journey and working together with us as we develop and learn from each other. So today we're going to talk about something that kind of is a stepping stone for other potential episodes. And it's really something I'm talking about within you. You know, you kind of use it 12 times, maybe 50 times a minute. And those are your lungs. So at rest, we tend to breathe at a rate of 10 to 12. You know, and during exercise or during stress, we tend to breathe a little bit quicker. And now your lungs are important because it's a way that you can get the oxygen from the air into the bloodstream that your body can use. Now, I'm not going to go into the tiny details of why that's important and what's going on and all the complex science that took me a long time to get my head around. But I kind of wanted to talk about it because it's important in the sense that you need it. You need those lungs, and you need those lungs to be healthy. So why is that the case? Well, if you imagine your lungs as a bunch of grapes, right? The reason that's important is you need a lot of area to get enough oxygen around you and into your bloodstream. So if you damage your lungs, you take something that looks like grapes that has all this area to something that might look like a melon or something that might look like an orange. And so you decrease the amount of area that is available for a normal process of oxygen getting across and waste products getting out to occur. So you have a buildup of one, waste products, and a less degree of one, which is the good oxygen you need. So what's around us that is really difficult for us to control as people, but us as a society to control? And that's the air pollution. That's the burning of rubbish. That's the smog and car pollution that's out there, right? And then us as an individual is smoking. So if you take those two together and say smoking is bad, smog, which we've seen in the recent cricket, is bad, we have to then understand that the reason why is because that plays into the lungs. It makes us sicker. It causes actual physical damage to our lungs. So we need to actually, as a whole, kind of come together and say, as a society, we want cleaner air, we want decrease in car air pollution, and a better plan to move forward. But then, especially us as individuals, in Sri Lanka, there's a percentage of the population that smoke a lot, and that's bad for two reasons. One, it costs a lot of money. Smoking isn't cheap, and two, it directly affects your lungs, kind of like smog and air pollution does, and damages the lungs in itself. The other thing which makes smoking even worse than regular pollution is it directly causes damage to the rest of the body. When you breathe in, you're breathing in about 500 chemicals, okay? 500 different chemicals that act on your body. Smoking is one of the risk factors for every single medical problem, be it kidney failure, heart failure, strokes, muscle damage, cancer. Smoking is directly related to all of them. So you have the singular event or singular thing that then affects the whole body as a whole. And that can also not be just you. Think about it. As somebody who's smoking, you've always walked around somebody and you've breathed in their smoke, right? So it's not only directly you and your smoking, but it can also affect the people around you and your loved ones around you. So it's important to understand that something simple as stopping smoking, something big as a society as cleaner air, has a big impact in your and the lives of the people you love. And it's something that we can come together and work on together. So my advice, stopping smoking is hard. It's not easy. But think about, one, the financial benefits of it, and two, the benefits for you and your health. People who smoke have a decreased life expectancy, so basically don't live as long, And if they do live longer, they have more medical problems. Now, I know there are people out there that say, well, my uncle so-and-so, he smoked like a chimney the whole life and he lived to 95 and had no medical problems. And my auntie, she didn't smoke at all and she had a heart attack at 60. I see your point. I see exactly where you're coming from. And my argument to that is, you're right, in a sense. Everyone's different. And some people get a bloody good lottery. An uncle at 90 who has no medical problem and smoked like a chimney won a lottery. He is the abnormality in our life. He is not the normal. He's the lucky one because he shouldn't have. And the auntie at 60, that was the unfortunate and unluck in life. But what I'm saying is, us as a whole, all of us together, something like smoking, if we stop that, you decrease the likelihood of a lot of medical problems. And that's great for you because you live longer, you live healthier, you can interact and enjoy the other things you do. And also, too, as a society, we have less cost of health supporting people with bad lung disease, bad heart disease as a result of smoking. Now, there's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of things I can do. And we're working together to try and make it a better life for you. Now, I was once asked, my cholesterol was really bad and, I cheated. Well, that's fine. I'm all about you having a life, enjoying yourself in reason. So if you have bad cholesterol, you're exercising, you bring it down, and you want to go to England and eat all the good food and, enjoy yourself, that's fine. As long as you come back and you kind of pick up again and you start again and say, I'm going to readdress my life. It's impossible almost to be 100% strict 100% of the time. Life is fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself. Do the passions you have. Enjoy the things you want to enjoy, but within reason. It's not about that one number that's too high or too low. It's about the average over the long period of time that really causes problems. So what I'm saying is, yes, enjoy your life, but also keep in mind the rest of your life. And we can work together to achieve that. So Dr. Teague, until we meet again.